What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. I got a special guest here today. Listen, man, this gentleman, man, got one of the coldest brands. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk about just life, man. What's up, big dog?
What's up, baby?
How you been, man? Talk to the people, man.
Hey, it's an honor to be on your show, man.
Man, I appreciate it.
First and foremost, man, the audience needs to know that you are definitely one of the only dudes on the planet.
Come on.
That I'll call Big Bro, man. It's real, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know what, man? This is the thing about life, man. And I love to just talk a little bit about life, about the grind, about the mindset. Just like your vision, the next couple of years. Let's talk about that. Now, you got a brand called Think or Die.
Correct.
I love the brand. I've been seeing the brand for a long time.
That's love from you.
Man, I love it, man. So what are some of the things you're trying to do with this brand when it comes to the brand? Talk about it a little bit.
I'm really just trying to do exactly what the brand is aimed to do.
Okay.
Think or die, think critically, or your dreams will die.
Ooh, come on.
It's a motivational piece, a motivational tool.
Okay.
I'm one that believes language has its place as a tool. Therefore, Think or Die is something that people can use to understand how critical thinking is a big, major function in planning your goals and achieving any dreams. Because if you have a goal, you got to create freedom to be able to handle that goal and to reach your purpose.
Yes.
And if you don't think critically enough, someone can use that energy that you carry.
Now. So this is the thing, because I'm a big thinker, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I started my brand Right Now Is Your Time, because I focus on 3 levels, you know? And I think, I don't know how long ago this was, but we sit down at a Starbucks. Had to be 20 years.
True.
How long ago was that, man? That was a minute. That was a minute, man.
Yeah.
And we sit down, we was chopping it up, and I'm like, I love to see that the dream ain't died yet.
Mm-hmm.
So many people dreams die. They tend to forget about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what is that fire that's burning inside of you to push it?
Well, that fire derives from me being an educator.
Okay.
They're on the front lines, and I see the difference between a easily successful kid that has to struggle.
Come on.
And most of the time, the easily successful kid has critical thinking down.
Okay.
Disregarding their backgrounds, because any background, they could be wealthy, rich, poor, happy or sad, but you notice when a kid can think critically for themselves and how they live and how they move and get through things easier compared to the kid that's struggling with critical thinking and life is getting harder and trouble is finding them and misfortunes are finding them. And, I just want to change that narrative because it normally carries into adulthood.
So is it the reason why they're not critically thinking because of the position that they are in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It can be their circumstances that can be stopping them. Do you think that's the reason?
Yeah, the scale of probability is everywhere and on every single class level.
I got you.
But of course, lower economic kids, they aren't really. Critical thinking is closely attached and akin to reading, your reading level.
Okay.
And being able to understand language and how to manipulate language helps you create the dreams that you have.
Okay.
So, like how we explain, like you literally are just talking right now. This is your whole platform is the way you speak.
Yes.
And, I know you're an educated brother. I grew up under you. So.
Come on.
And so you're utilizing that tool.
Yes.
Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a passion.
Come on.
However, they're not able to articulate themselves, plan and think critically enough to achieve those plans. And also, the behind the scene things like stuff happening in your personal life. Do you have the tools to dig into mental health? Do you have to control yourself in order to still accomplish your goals? There's a lot of things that can get in the way, especially for these youth.
So how do a person, because I'm going to tell you, I grew up in poverty. I grew up struggling. All right. How do how do you attach yourself to that kid and pour inside of them what you have? You know what I'm saying?
I like to exemplify what thinking has done for me. I like to let them know, I wasn't the greatest student. I was that basketball player type, and when basketball was literally get an option, I had to depend on something. And I tell him I didn't know anything about anything, but the one thing I could do is read.
Come on.
And from that, I was able to put myself on a good platform to where I could see opportunities that I have and build careers. And right now I'm currently teaching English, which is the strongest, the strongest example of what it can do for you.
Come on. And you know what? This is the thing too, though, because there's so many kids that need what we didn't have. All right. So the mindset is, how, if a kid is in a negative situation, how are you trying to turn on that light bulb to help them combat that when you only got a little small time with them versus when they got to go home to like the situation? So how do you click that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, there's most of the time people relate to. People learn from who they relate to.
Okay.
And, me being where I'm from, there's a certain swagger to me, a certain persona to me that they can recognize. But they always see me doing positive things. Like,
I got you.
There hasn't been a class that I haven't told that I love them.
Come on.
Like, dead to their face. Like, me and you can't argue in my class. You can't call me a name and I get upset. You can't do that. I tell you I love you. Send you to the principal and embrace you when you come back and say, let's get it together. I'm still here for you.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of youth, they're attached to that. And they want to learn from you because they see like, oh, you care and you understand me. You didn't shun me or judge me. And so that's how they typically.
So you're in the Bowman area right now?
Correct.
Okay, so how do you relate Bowman, Texas to Baytown, Texas? Well, what's the relation to it?
Around the whole Southeast Texas.
Okay.
Port Arthur, Beaumont.
How do you relate that to Baytown, where we grew up? Was it a big difference or about the same?
It's about the same.
Okay.
It's about the same. The people are kind. The people are caring.
Got you.
It's really more like Baytown in the late 80s and early 90s. Like how it was smaller, where everybody knew each other.
Yes.
And everything else like that, and people show more care and stuff. We becoming more like Houston now, Baytown. There's a lot of people we don't know anymore.
When I go through Baytown, like, man, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. We used to know somebody.
Yeah.
And even the generation before us, you remember they could look at us and say, "Oh, you such and such."
Oh yeah.
Like it was just that fun. It was that type of community. They still had that type of community going on out there, and I appreciate being in it.
Okay.
And they knowing what's out here still.
So this is the thing though, like you looking at the mindset of humans.
Word.
Now this is something that I always think about. The environment might change.
Straight up.
But sometimes the mindset don't change. So sometimes we are attacked. When you see one type of person, you usually see a lot of them doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So how do your spirit start to recognize, like, man, this is a good person, this is a bad person, or you know what I'm saying, or how can I help this person?
Actions. Only actions. I can't judge you based off of anything that I get, because I try not to stereotype or have any prejudice. So
I got you.
So I just watch a person's actions, and like I said, I don't even judge you off your actions. It's more like and I hate to say it like this, but when you look at the human mind, we forget that we're mammals. We have a huge mammal mind.
That's true.
And if you see a mean dog, you don't hate the mean dog. You just don't put your hand in the fence.
That's true.
That's true. I just handle people accordingly. Handle people accordingly. Like I always tell people, like I don't get road raged, and
I got you.
That's because no matter how bad it was, or how bad you messed up, at least we survived. We're about to go where we were going anyway. So what is that bad about?
That's true. So like your first half of your life versus the second half, what's been the difference though? Like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying the second half, like from 18 to where you at now. All right. So You know how, and let me try to explain this in the right way. You know how we grew up a certain way?
Yes.
We've seen certain things.
Correct.
And then now you become an adult, you switch, you've been through the process of, marriage, divorce. I've been there. I'm a witness. Yep. Tell a person every time I've been divorced, but I didn't rebuild something crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what are some of the things, information you can pour to the next generation, some of your mistakes that can help them not make the same mistakes?
Well, my mistake, I would say that my mistake just came naturally.
Okay.
The one thing, and not naturally from just born into it, but just how I was raised and the things that I believed in, my perspective of the world.
Gotcha.
And I just realized it's around 20 years old. And I know you probably noticed I started changing at that age, about 20 years old.
Come on.
I started studying Hinduism and I realized that your actions should always lead to peace. And I connected that to the religion I was raised. And I realized that's all Jesus was teaching. And then I looked at Buddhism and I realized that was the teaching. So I stopped making up excuses for behavior that didn't bring peace.
Ooh, that's good. I think people need to understand that. It's like, I have a quote I always say, excuses are reasons for being useless. If you want to continue to be useless, keep giving us the same excuses. Right. Because we can create our own future.
Exactly.
By the actions that we take in every single day.
Exactly.
So when somebody say today, like, man, how you build your business to 6 figures a month? I'm like, bro, I've been working on this for a long time.
I'm a witness.
For a long time.
I'm a witness.
You know what I'm saying? And it don't come overnight, but it comes with trial and error. It comes with pressing through. So I see you won a state championship.
Word.
Got the ring on.
Word.
What, for y'all to get to that end, what are some of the principles and the mindset that these kids have to get there? That y'all put inside of them?
What was special about those dudes is they understood that the hard work that they were doing when nobody was around,
come on.
They understood that hard work and dedication is what made them prepared to be better when they got on the basketball court. And that was a rare 12 to 15 dudes where you can leave practice and walk back in and they going as hard as if you was in there fussing. And so, that was a real special group. And they
anyone know about the NBA?
Yeah, he played on that team. He was young, and so he was really coming off the bench, but he played on that team.
Which one?
It's Kenneth Lofton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
from Memphis.
Yeah. That was like his sophomore year, I believe. I got you. Man, he was a dog.
He was hungry.
The world lucky he wasn't where he was at now.
Yeah, man.
I think easy championship.
Man. So I'm gonna dive a little bit in your kid getting sick. Yeah. All right, something happened. Want to dive a little bit because it's what I seen you going through, boy. I mean, you could have quit.
Yeah,
you could have quit, but you didn't though.
Nah, yeah.
So like, let's talk about that. Like, what first happened though?
Well, it was a normal day. Day of us playing, having a good time.
Okay,
and suddenly he just started feeling what I could describe as drowsy. He just fell out on me.
Okay.
He couldn't speak. He couldn't move. I immediately just picked him up, rushed him to the hospital. And, what stands out to me and stays with me, the biggest epiphany I reached from that moment is that, I told him this before and it brought tears to his eyes. Like, I didn't cry when I had to help you. I didn't cry when I was running around with you in my arms to find a room for you. I didn't cry while they was working on you.
Come on.
I only cried whenever they put you in the helicopter and you and your mom flew away and there was nothing else I could do about the situation. And so, with that, while I was, what stopped me from crying, because I was crying profusely, brother. I never cried like that a day in my life.
Come on.
And what made me stop is that I said, it's not about you. Like a voice just came into my head, and my wiser voice said, "It's not about you. Like you're killing yourself thinking about, oh, he might not be able to play ball." And he had like the day before, he was getting just randomly getting fundamental lessons from a coach whose daughter ranked in the state and stuff. And I'm like, he just got a gifted path, like a blessed path. Like, you don't even have to work hard to reach it. So when all this happened, he draws like me, he laughs, talks like me, he wants to rap like me, he wants to do everything. And it really just took his right side away, and he's predominantly right-handed. So he, the drawing's gone, and the video games as used to be. But I stopped thinking about that stuff. I stopped pressuring myself to be upset about him not being able to do it. I realized that he got a better adventure going. He's still here. He's still happy, and whatever he wants to do, that's what we're doing. Like,
I love that, man. So I mean. Oh man, when I seen it and you had reported it, I'm like, that's a hard. It's just it was just heartfelt when you broke it down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are you pressing through this moment right now still, even though that happened? Like, is the side of you feel like you couldn't stop it, or side of you feel like you got to go through this, or you really don't want to? I mean, what that look like?
Well, fortunately for me, I was told by some doctors I was really pulled to the side because I wanted to. I was carrying that burden because he was with me, and one of the doctors was like, "You really a hero because you saved his life." And I don't toot my own horn and nothing. I really. Until now, I really wasn't hearing. That's probably the first time I repeated that out loud.
Oh wow, okay.
But because they seen that I was really taking the burden, and they was telling me that this was a freak accident, that
nothing you could have
done about it. He's lucky it was with you because you reacted so fast. And but I keep that because I'm like, the competitor in me.
Yes.
Wants me to say, like, nah, I messed up because I didn't catch it before.
Come on.
But I forgive myself, and I'm just happy I have the grace of still raising him and having fun with him and doing everything that he wants to do. And he communicates well. He's doing good in school.
So he's getting better.
Yeah,
every single day. Which is good though. And like I said, man, I mean, I love it when you post him. He seemed like he happy, he smiled, he chilling, he just like...
the real silver lining is that all that work I had him doing for basketball and the mentality I was giving him, like, wow. You can't walk off the field and all that type of stuff I was giving him. He applies that to his therapy. Like, he goes hard in therapy like an athlete would. Like, they say, bounce a ball, no problem. Push-ups, no problem.
Come on.
Like, so he's gaining a lot back, more than expected for a kid his age, because he locks in therapy. And so, the universe works.
Man,
serious way.
So now, as you're gonna go through this over the next so many, for the next like 10 years of his life, like what are some things that you're expecting, that the doctor said you're expecting that can happen?
The truth, brother, to be honest, this is so rare, and they don't know the cause. So every day is just is I can sum up for everybody as a blessing.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay.
Because we still don't know what happened. And it's so rare for kids to have seizures. Only like 1,300 kids in America have a seizure every year.
Wow.
Around his age.
Wow.
And even when they needed to track the MRI, they was like, we need to do this special type of MRI. They had to call somebody that was off work.
That's crazy.
He's the only guy that knew how to do it.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's really, it's very rare for a kid to have a stroke. And, it was tough. It was tough to deal with. Especially stats, but it's, I said, it's for a reason.
Man. And I say, man, and I'm a firm believer is God won't give you more than you can bear.
Word.
And people always ask me a question. And I never really answer because it's like, I don't know what God doing. But people say, man, you and your wife ain't got no kids yet. I'm like, we trying, but we don't know what he's doing. But we're not overthinking it. And that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because man, you getting older. I'm like, I'm 43, my wife 35. Okay, I got it. Yeah. But we don't know.
Yeah, time's still on the table.
It's still on the table. But I mean, I don't overthink it. You know?
Yeah.
I used to beat myself up and say, man, I ain't got no kid, man. I need to get a kid. What's going on, man? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to pour back. It
feels good. It's good to see little you.
So I can't, but I don't let that moment kill my dreams, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my wife, we always have a discussion about it. And she said, we don't have kids. We good with it.
Yeah.
And it's something you just got to embrace it.
Yeah. And I'm glad y'all come to that.
Yeah, you just got to embrace it.
Together, that's the important part.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, so let's talk about mindset, all right? Because, one thing I tell you right now, boy, that mindset is something serious, man. Yeah. So, I'm going to tell you 3 players, you tell me which 3 got the best mindset and why.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, like, sports.
Okay.
Kobe, Jordan, LeBron.
Ooh, that's close, man. That's close because Jordan's more natural. He understood hard work, but he was more natural. You hear the stories.
Yeah, we hear the stories.
But Kobe, someone told me something about Kobe that was so crazy. I just came across information on the internet probably. That dude did not play pickup ball because he wanted to get as many reps as he could. Perfect reps kick in while you actually playing.
Come on.
And it was like, I don't get enough reps playing in the game. And so I'm like, hey, that's a
different mindset.
Yeah, because without training, without reps, without study,
come on,
you won't have the tool for the test.
And this is what I hate. And I'm gonna say this because people always say, well, Jordan, man, he'll take the last shot. I said, boy, you know how many shots Steve Kerr, Kukoc, I mean, the list goes on. How many he passed that ball and them boys knocked down them shots.
Yeah.
So we can't keep comparing, I don't know. I'm a LeBron fan. I'm not one of the biggest Jordan fans, but man, I'm just somebody that's really locked in on like greatness, period. You know what I'm saying?
It comes in many forms.
So mindset of getting it, like what's the daily mindset for the next generation? Because they say they lazy. I don't think they lazy.
No, they're not.
I think they smarter than what we giving them credit for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some people say, well, they don't work like us. I'm like, I don't know. They just not trying to do the kind of work you doing.
That's true. They have options.
They got options.
They're moving sharper. They're moving sharper. Like these are the little dudes that invented making songs just for TikTok.
That's what I'm saying.
Our pride made us want to make 12 hard songs with 6 different. Some of the hardest bars you ever heard.
Yes. And I'm like, man, it's like this next generation. I'm looking at them like. These dudes, women, I ain't gonna just say because I don't want nobody to be saying, what about the women? Okay, the next generation of people, I feel like they're more risk takers.
Yeah, they are.
They're like, man, I don't want to work for nobody. Talk to me.
You know why? It was in our time. You take a risk. You say something crazy or do something wrong. You don't see you on TV no more.
That's true. That's true.
They see somebody do the craziest, dumbest thing. They right back on that. Like Tekashi 6ix9ine type stuff. Like he's attention.
That's crazy.
After doing the biggest sin in rap, he still can sell albums. And so these kids see like you can actually mess everything up and start over again and still get to the goal that you was trying to reach. And I guess they see more people take L's and still bounce back.
You know what? And I think that's the key is bouncing back after you take those L's. I tell people all the time, I don't take losses. I only take lessons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the real L.
It's all a lesson. All right, so I got this word game I like to play. I say a word. With the word, I say an acronym. With the acronym, after I say it, you tell me what you think it means. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm laughing because you the acronym king.
Oh, you already know. You already know what's going to happen. Poor, passing over opportunity repeatedly. What you think about that?
I think you really spelled it out in the acronym. You know, not being prepared for opportunities that arise when you can be preparing for them. You know, repeatedly. No, you're on the timeline.
You on the timeline.
You missed it when you was 21. You missed it when you 25, 31. And you know, then next thing you know, you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, all the way to the
and that's crazy. Next one is rich. Residual income creates happiness.
Yeah. I could read that one because I really know you. Having multiple streams, having a safety net of income.
Come on.
You know it's coming in.
Come on.
And you don't have to bust your butt for it, man. You really just smart and invest the right way.
Nah, see, he said something, man. He said something. Having the multiple streams and having an income that has a safety net. People miss that part.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? They
got that from you, bro.
Hey, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, hey, man, if you got one stream, you're too close to zero. You know what I'm saying? You need multiple streams.
True.
The next word is luck. Labor under correct knowledge.
That goes, to me, that goes right back with preparedness. You know, it takes a little luck.
It do.
It takes a little luck.
But if you get the right labor,
yeah, you get the right
and the right knowledge. Now I don't get lucky no more because I know the skill set it takes to run the play.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And even where I was going with it is, you know, like sometimes luck does play a part.
Yes.
But you're there. You're prepared for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You're prepared for it.
Next one is focus. Follow one course until successful.
That's a good one because a lot of people, like my ADHD self, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Following one question until you're successful, find the truth. That's a good one.
And it's tough, man, because I got ADHD. So what I have to do every day is I have to write a checklist of exactly what I'm doing.
Yes.
And I have to put myself on a timer and say, after this time, and I work in the 45, 15 mindset. Let me explain. I go hard for 45 minutes. I take the next 15 minutes, get on social media, stand up, stretch, walk around, and then I go back hard for another 45 minutes.
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
But that's the mindset, and I work on timers.
Yeah.
People like, oh man, listen, but that's how it works for me.
Oh yeah,
it might not work for the next person.
Yeah, some people gonna ignore the timers, but as long as you can pay attention to them, do what you gotta do.
Because I can go harder. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that. All right, the next one is faith. For anything, I trust Him. What's your mindset on that?
You know, I'm not personally religious, but
I got you.
But I do respect people's spiritual beliefs because I'm about to say you're wrong or right.
Come on.
You know, we all walk our path, but you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that things are gonna fall into place. And I tip my hat to y'all because you feel like you got someone that has your back and is in your corner. Nothing feels better than that.
I love it.
Nothing gives you more faith than that. So I respect
it. The next one is denial. The acronym is don't even notice I am lying. What's your ideal on denial? People being in denial.
That ties into what we was talking about earlier. And I recognize things and I changed them.
I love it.
It took a lot of reading. Subconscious, not subconscious, but consciously knowing how our psychology works, how our brain works, and undoing what's called idols of the cave or groupthink.
Come on, talk about that. What is that about?
The idols of the cave is, where you come from. It's a writing verse of Francis Bacon, the Nova Morganum.
Okay.
Where you come from, everybody in that cave going to reflect the same language. Through that language, you're going to perceive the world the exact same way.
Come on.
And, like, for example, I have a neighbor that has a bunch of cats.
Okay.
None of the cats bother me when they cross my yard, except the black one. And I'm not spiritual, superstitious. Yeah. I always tell myself, like, it doesn't go happy. Black cat. But then one day I caught myself like, who taught you to hate that black cat? Because it's black.
Damn, that's just, you know what I'm saying?
Check myself, right?
Yes, yes.
And I'm like, it's that easy to hate people. It's that easy to hate a whole nation. It's that easy. Language. You called it black cat. I accepted that word. I never dissected what you taught me about the cat until that day. 40 years old, like that black. Why do you have me calling this a black cat?
Yeah, come on. Life, live in faith every day.
I like that.
So, what's your mindset on that?
I like that. You know, every day, basically for me, what that would represent is that I trust that I'm gonna make it through the day.
Come on.
I'm gonna fight for making it through the day. I'm gonna fight for creating the future I want and the plans and planning for the future that I can see.
So there's a word. It's 2 words. What's the difference? And do you need both? Confidence and cockiness.
You do need both.
Oh, come on. Talk about it.
You have to be confident enough to stand up for what you know.
Okay.
Really know.
I got you.
And you might have to be a little cocky when someone's trying to lead you or others the wrong way.
Come on.
That cockiness can kick in to help people be led astray or to stop someone from taking advantage of a certain situation. So,
all right. Humbleness or hustle? Do you need both?
Yeah, you need both. You need to be humble while you're hustling so that you keep the super ego.
I got you. Check. Yes. You know, some people, the reason why I ask these things, because some people say, well, you know, you can't really be cocky because, you know, being cocky, you know, you got to understand. I'm like, listen. We love great players and great people. They have to have some kind of cockiness about them.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're not going to be successful.
No, they're not.
You know what I'm saying?
Tim Duncan even had a cockiness by not answering you or responding to you.
Killing you.
Yeah, just killing you. I'm going to quietly kill you. How about
that? So what are some things that we should expect from Think or Die in the next 3 to 5 years?
Trying to branch out so that I can actively help people grow.
I like
the youth. Like I talk about reading programs, writing programs, things that help build that foundation that I'm saying is missing, and critical thinking.
Whew.
Like, you know, for adults, I might. Well, I'm not saying I might. I will teach adults how to navigate.
So I see products in the future. Products.
Yeah, definitely.
Man.
And I'm shy about saying products because, you know, I
sell products every day.
And I know. And you are my biggest, you are my biggest kick in the butt when I say this, man. But you know me, man. I want to get that knowledge out for free, but I can't.
Listen, they don't pay attention until they pay.
Until they pay.
You hear me? They don't pay attention until they pay. Man. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, hey, people say, oh man, I want to learn how to podcasting. Great. You can buy the ebook for $47. You can go buy the course online for $297.
Yes, sir.
Or you can get 1 year mentorship, come to my studio, hang out with me for a year.
It's worth it.
And $2,500. What you want to do?
It's all worth it.
You know what I'm saying?
You got your knowledge.
But is what I learned, man. Mm-hmm. And I tell people, if you notice about TV, if you watch an hour-long show, 19 minutes of it is selling you something.
True.
I promise you, man. Television, they are programming you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On another level. So, Kanye West, what's your thoughts on him?
You know, everybody is there's multiple intelligence.
Okay, got you.
There's not just one type of intelligence. Like there's musical intelligence, linguistic intelligence, kinesthetic, logical, which is math and everything.
Come on.
And, you know, like for those that play video games, you got bar graphs of how much of each you have.
Okay.
So you're not just left without one. And he's a genius, and he's a musical genius.
But what's up with all these new outfits, man? To show the past.
That's his perspective.
I love it.
And, you know, I love it. I wouldn't wear it.
I know you wouldn't, but some will.
Yeah, some will. And I just think that there's nothing wrong with pushing. Now, you do get into some dangerous areas.
Of course.
But when it comes to fashion and music, he's a genius.
Man, listen.
Just entertainment, period. He's a genius.
You heard the SW rule?
What's that?
Some will, some won't. So what?
Yeah.
Somebody's waiting.
Somebody is. That's the truth.
So whatever, when I see think of die, I need to, and whenever you ready to come to us, we build out websites, platforms. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Sell your knowledge. When you learn how to sell your knowledge, you'll learn how to get rich.
That's true.
I'm just being honest with you.
That's true.
Oh my God. So you say you're making money out of people.
That's true.
Something, what you got on today is a name brand. I don't care what you're wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a name brand.
It's a name brand.
Yeah. So
it is a true brand.
And I think we got to position ourselves to believe in ourselves so we can get to the next level. All right, so this is a part of the podcast where I say, let me throw you an alley hoop. You ask me anything you want to ask me. Now you can interview me. Any questions or, you know, what's on your mind?
Man, you know, I truly don't have any questions, man, but I thank you deeply, man. Like
I appreciate it.
One of the people that I call big bros because, you know, you didn't put me on no dumb stuff. You noticed I played basketball.
Yes.
You took me under your wing.
Sir.
Let me show you how to pull middies. Let me show you how to stop it.
Come on.
You know, you taught me step backs, all that.
Come on.
And you know, even after that, you taught me how to keep going. Like,
come on, I appreciate it.
Every endeavor you had, I showed up. Like, what you got going?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, out there, you exist out there in the universe. Even when I was in college and I could dream about, you know, like once I get through this, I start making these moves. I know that I can do that. You show that I can do that. And I just appreciate you, bro.
Man, look, I tell people all the time, I just want to be an example so that somebody can see me and say, you know what? If he can do it, a little dude from Baytown, Texas, if he can become a millionaire, own his own buildings, his own products, 1 or 3 more books I'm about to drop.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing because it's the word believe. And the word believe in the middle is a 3-letter word called lie. So you got to become delusional. You got to already see yourself there before you get there. The problem is people waiting to get there before they can see it. And that's not making sense.
That's the truth. You have to know where you're going in order to build the freedom to get there.
So if you can leave one thing for the people, one thing that can empower them, what would that one thing you want to tell the next generation or the next entrepreneur or somebody who's doubting themselves? You can look into this camera and tell them what is it you want to tell them.
Dig deep. Dig deep. Do not allow yourself to be told no without finding and researching multiple ways of achieving the same goal. Don't doubt yourself.
Come on.
Never allow people to make you think that something's unachievable whenever you're watching other people achieve it.
Come on.
And also understand that some geniuses are 10 years to 15 years ahead of their time. So if you're saying something that you know makes sense and it doesn't make sense to other people, it's okay to create it. Because, brother, you know, Think or Die, I created that 10 years ago.
I know.
And it's still prevalent to this day. It's still important to learn how to think critically. We still haven't done it on a mass scale. And, you know, I told myself I'm going to toot my own horn because... Come on. I noticed a lot of people when I started it, switched their whole game up.
Come on.
You know, go from talking about cash money and saying and everything else to trying to heal the community and help people and see people grow and be positive with each other.
You know what's going to happen, though?
See.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't know. Y'all don't know how long ago it's been since y'all spoke, but I need to connect y'all back. And I don't care what y'all saying.
We cool.
I know, but I need y'all just because listen, both of y'all so cold. Y'all both got great ideals, but this is the thing, and he know I love him dearly. You know, and I tell him all the time, because I speak to him a lot, and I say, bro, being unrealistic is the closest thing to poverty. You hear me? I worked for the railroad for 9 years and nobody knew it. I stacked my money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I can build my dreams. The problem is, and he know who I'm speaking to. He gonna watch this podcast. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say his name. The problem is you got to get a job, stick to the job, get the money, and invest the money. If you don't do it, what's happening is now 20 years pass, and you still don't do the things you want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That investment income got to come from somewhere.
It got to come from somewhere. So you can have a dream, but a dream without finances, I'm gonna say it again.
Dream deferred, huh?
It's a dream deferred. Yeah. That's deep.
It does. That lowers the probability. It does.
It do. It do. So, man, listen, man. He was on the podcast. I'm gonna invite him to the podcast gala. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I just got so many. Listen, man, you can do this, bro. If I can say one thing to you, I'm speaking to you right now, man. Think a doc can make $1 million a year if it's structured properly.
I believe that.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. But your knowledge got to be able to. You got to position yourself so that your knowledge will sell to others. You got the knowledge. You just need the structure, the system, and scale it.
No, that's true.
Once that happens, you taking off like a rocket.
That's true.
But this is another thing, though. If you don't take action, serious action, another 10 years can go by.
That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? And you can be like, man, I started. That's why I told myself, I'm going to die empty, bro.
Yeah. No, shoot all
my goals and dreams, my ideals. When I go lay down,
it's going to be empty.
I'm dead. I'm leaving it back because legacy is greater than currency. So all my knowledge, all the stuff you got, notebooks, ideals, all this, it needs to be PDFs for sale, books for sale, courses for sale. All that stuff needs to be packaged, promoted, and making a profit.
Yeah, I'm trying to check my ego on that because I want to leave something for my son. He's a business-minded dude. Like, come on. He believes in making money.
Come on.
So, excuse me.
So, man, listen, man, thank you guys for watching this podcast, man. Like I always tell you, keep watching me like you watch TV. Not only you going to watch your income grow, but your mindset going to change. We see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace out.